brought up Geno Smith there. Can we show some love and throw some flowers at the Seattle Seahawks, man? Because the more you look at that team, the more you have to take them seriously. When you walk out and you have weapons in DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith-Njigba walking out across from you, like someone's going to have an advantage every single week. Geno Smith can at least put the ball where it's got to go. He showed us last time or last season, right? What are you looking at me with this face for? He's over here just grinning ear to ear, looking at me. Like,
I agree with you.
What I'm
I
saying.
agree with you.
Jerron Reed, Draymond Jones, like that's not Jordan Brooks at linebacker with Bobby Wagner. And Chinna Owusu is one of the best situational pass rushers that people don't know about. Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs, both quality. You added Devin Witherspoon, a top 5 of talent in the draft. And then you put that across from Tariq Woolen, who had crazy ball production last year.
Seahawks belong in the conversation.
Like, okay.
I will say, though,
the Rams and the Cardinals are absolutely 3 and 4. They are automatically in the wild card conversation. The NFC South, nobody, right? You're not a wild card team coming from there, in your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's not one coming from the West that isn't the Seahawks, there's not one coming from the South. The North, I don't.
Chicago.
If you believe in Chicago or the Vikings,
I believe in the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to win the division, and I think the Lions are sneaking the playoffs.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the Seahawks have a chance to at least push for that wild card spot, at least in their own division. If they can clean up outside of that,
they can push.
Right. I see a lot of solid pieces, and I see an offense that is, I think, going to be very efficient. And I think we got to at least give them their due of, hey, they are a legitimate contender to be in the playoffs this season, and they're no longer just kind of, oh, look at the Geno Smith cute story. Can we get a shot of Malik?
We've been going back and forth. We've been going back and forth.
I think it's a cute story.
I'm gonna put my Malik on.
Listen. I'll be honest. I don't think it's just a cute story. I think they're good. Listen,
they're
the
good,
talent,
man.
Let me just read you 2 running backs: Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, that can both run the hell out of ball. That's what the Seattle Seahawks want to do. You got Noah Fant there as your 4th best option. Noah Fant's one of the better young tight ends, better talents, and if he's the 4th best option, Geno Smith just has to be average. He just has to be average. And
he was better than that last season.
Yeah, he was. He was above average. I will say, me and Malik were making faces at each other. I do think Seattle, though, belongs in the conversation. I love the way they built this roster. I have 2 gripes, though. Interior offensive line, Geno Smith's got pressure in his face 24/7. Didn't really do a great job addressing that. And like Draymond Jones, $17 million a year. He's a great pass rusher, but this team couldn't stop the run last year. That was their issue. Felt like they could have done a lot better job addressing that over the offseason. Those are my 2 issues. Everything else is great.
I'll tell you why I don't believe in the Vikings. Starting cornerback.
Their defense.
Caleb Evans, and Mekhi Blackman, and Andrew Booth. You remember Andrew Booth? Bengals fans being excited about Andrew Booth a couple years ago in the draft. That's like your top 3. Byron Murphy got there as their nickel corner. Like that's what you're trotting out every single week. Like, yeah, we're gonna go strap these receivers up. We're gonna take care of business. I don't believe it. I ain't buying it. I believe in Brian Flores, but I think that's a multi-year rebuild. We've talked about how I think Kirk Cousins after this year, boom, and I think you roll really quick into a soft rebuild, 1-year turnaround, and then recontend. Like, I think the Vikings are on the way down, and I think the Lions are on the way up. The Seahawks have a lot of good energy, added a lot of quality players. That's why I just don't quite believe in the Vikings.
I feel that. I think it's one of those situations where I think the NFC, I said about saying the NFC, the NFC as a whole is just going to be an absolute wild card. And I don't mean a spot.
It's going to be like an episode of the Hunger Games, man. It's just going to be, they're all sitting around trying to find a playoff spot.
I think it's going to be one of those things where we don't figure out who the playoff teams until literally like the final week of the season.
Right. It's really going to come down to the last 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
All right. So it'll be very interesting. If you guys like more video content like this, make sure you guys leave a like on this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistics Studio.